Hey there, we're in Campbell County still. Did you know Campbell County was formed in 1806 from Anderson and Claiborne counties and was named after the Revolutionary War soldier Colonel Arthur Campbell? Now there is a lot of stuff here in Campbell County. Very mountainous area, numerous ATV trails. We've got Norris Lake. You've got the elk capital of Tennessee. And this place here that is called the Elk Viewing Tower at Hatfield Knob has over 500 elk roaming around. So historically, this place was driven by the coal mining, of course, and there's Cove Lake State Park, Indian Mountain State Park, Cumberland Trail, lots of things to do. But today we're going to go to a cemetery that actually has a grave house. So let's do it. And here we're back at the Appalachian Cemetery Hunting Channel. Welcome, guys. We, like I said, are still in Campbell County. And I'm going to tell you right now that I may not say some of these names right, but if you're looking for, like, unique names for your child, newborn babies, I know a lot of people's doing that. You're going to find them in this one. Hopefully you'll find some ancestries too. So let's get started. Now this cemetery is located right off of I-75. It's southeast of Jacksboro and very close to Norris Lake. And here's a view of the cemetery. Now in this photo you can actually see the grave house. But keep going. Stay with us and you can see it a little bit closer later. So the oldest burial that we could find, it was 1850. So this is an old one. And there's 56 people buried here. First we have Aaron Broyles, 1821 to 1895. And we actually have a really good picture of him. Look at those whiskers. Next we have his wife Hannah Hayes Broyles, 1827 to 1910. We also have a picture of her. There's Lydia Lovely Broyles, 1856 to 1904. Nellie Chavis, 1889 to 1890, only a year old. Thomas Coker, 1828 to 1900. And Thomas served in the Company D of the 5th Tennessee Infantry in the Union Army during the Civil War. And now we have Hester Sage Cooper, 1793 to 1878. So we know by them dates that she was an early settler. She was born in Grayson County, Virginia. And we have a picture of Cooper's View Church and the cemetery that was taken around 1925. So it was probably named for her family. And we have her husband, John Cooper, 1780, 1854. They share the same obelisk. But John was born in Maryland. So he also was an early settler as well. And he fought in the War of 1812. And look at this picture we found of the remains of their home. Now, it was also taken around 1925. And you can see here's the remains of the barn. So, that's pretty cool. I wonder if there's anything built over that area, if it's still hanging on. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Next we have James Carter Cooper. He was born in October of 1886, but unfortunately died 10 months later in August. Janie Cooper, 1859 to 1946. Now here's a name, Kizzy Lovely Cooper. That's a unique name. 1854 to 1887. Lydia Ann Cooper. She was born in February of 1892, but only lived for 2 months. Margaret Hatmaker Cooper. She was born in 1832, but we don't have a death date for her. But next to her is her husband, Matthew M.L. Cooper, 1835 to 1908. And if you notice the weeping willow tree, remember what we said that signified was the gospel of Christ. So that's really sweet. We do know Matthew served in the Company A of the 1st Tennessee Infantry in the Union Army during the Civil War. And now we have Susan Jane Lovely Cooper, 1859 to 1946, with her husband, W.H. Cooper, 1858 to 1915. And look there, there's a Bible open on top of his headstone. I like seeing those. And here's Nola Mae Cox. We couldn't find a date. Just one date is all we could find. It was November the 3rd of 1932. So we're thinking that this may have been a birth and death date. Next is Isaac B. Evans, 1851 to 1917. And we found a really faint looking picture of him. Look at that. And then there's Julie Ann M. Hatmaker. Now she was born June the 4th of 1924, but she passed, unfortunately, August the 8th of 1924. So she was only 2 months old. Matthew Hatmaker, 1861 to 1920. And we found a baby of the Hicks family, which was born and had died in 1914. Then there's James Franklin Lindsay, 1870 to 1904. Jonathan Storm Lindsay, 1846 to 1909. And we found out that he was a pastor, but we don't know if he pastored this particular church or others in the area. If you do know, let us know in the comments. We have his wife, Sarah Elizabeth Duncan Lindsay, 1867 to 1955. And then there's Jonathan's parents. Now here's another unique name, Maholda Cooper Lindsay, 1819 to 1886, with her husband, William Lindsay, 1821 to 1887. And they do share the same obelisk. And he was also a preacher. So maybe they, I don't know, pastored that church. Okay, there is Carter Lovely, 1820 to 1901, with his wife Nancy Neal Lovely, 1823 to 1888. And here's Charles Lovely, 1900 to 1935. Edna Mae Lovely, she was born August 22nd, 1918, and only lived for 2 days. How sad. Henry Lovely, 1866 to 1833. Now, one source said he was born in 1846. Now, he shares the same stone with his wife, Nancy Jane Sharp Lovely, 1863 to 1915. And now there's Isaac Thomas Lovely, 1886 to 1930. John Lovely. Now, his stone is very old and broken, but we do know he was born October the 9th and died on March the 3rd. But there's no years on that. There's not a year. So, guys, let me know what's up with that. Here's Elizabeth Madden. Yes, Madden. She was born January 22nd, 1851, and unfortunately she died only 1 day later. We have her brother, James Madden, He was born August of 1849, and he passed away 5 months later. And then we have another brother, John Thomas Madden, 1852 to 1854, and he was only 2 years old. So, that's a heartbreaking situation there. 3 children. So sad. Then we have Christopher Columbus Shetterly. Ooh, I'm glad I said that right. 1831 to 1912. His double stone shows his wife as Sally Rowe, and we don't have any information on her. But Christopher was a local farmer. And then next is Edgar C. Shetterly, 1870 to 1887. Johnny C. Shetterly, and he was born April of the 10th, of 1903, but he only lived for 19 days. And Martha E. Shetterly, born November 1899, died 2 months later. A lot of children here. Lots and lots of tears shed. Mary M. Shetterly, born and died 1901. Mealy T. Shetterly. She only lived for 8 days in 1902. And it looks like that family there had quite a few children that passed. Here is Johnny Owen Showen, 1907 to 1910, only 3 years old. Daniel Schoen, 1899 to 1900, only a year old. And then we have Jonathan Wilbur J.W. Schoen, 1859 to 1901, and his wife Nancy Ellen Cox Schoen, 1859 to 1905. Now, we have 3 of their children, and there's only 1 grave marker for all of them. Also, there's only 1 date for each child. Now, this name, and I don't know if I am saying it right, but to me it looks like Kissable, I'm not sure. But anyway, we're going to say Kissable Schoen, March the 12th of 1888. Magdalene A. Schoen, September the 28th of 1885. And Nellie M. Schoen, November the 7th of 1887. Also, there's Lawrence B. Schoen, 1895 to 1900. Jewel Terry was born September the 3rd of 1928 and only lived for 10 months. William Denver, did you hear what I said? John Denver. William Denver Ward, 1903 to 1904, and he lived only a year. Here is Homer Edward White, 1934 to 1935. There's another child. Oh, J.E. White, 1898 to 1929. And there's one of the few grave houses. Now look at that. This is one of the few that we've also, run across since we started this channel. And they are built to protect the person's grave, because a lot of people feel like they don't want the grave to get wet. They don't want the grave, it's just so many different things. The way people grieve is so different than others. And I can understand that. But, yeah, this is the grave house. And there are 2 people buried here with no pictures of their graves at all. It's Nancy Jane Harmon Stokes Baird, 1829 to 1916. And then finally, Georgia Louise Wilson, 1835, but she only lived for 3 months. And this is going to finish our look at the Cooper View Cemetery in Campbell County, Tennessee. We did actually find a lot of history here, but unfortunately, a lot of children. Very old cemetery. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hit the like and subscribe buttons. I know that we've not been consistent lately. Had a lot of things going on, a lot of things to do, but when the wind starts dying down, we'll get back out there. We'll do some on-site videos, as soon as we can. God bless y'all. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.